20 seconds. You guys live? Good? Okay.
This meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law. In accordance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. This meeting of March 2nd, 2026 was published in the Courier News and Star Ledger and placed on the borough's website and bulletin board at Borough Hall. A copy of this notice is available to the public, and a copy of this statement shall be included in the minutes of this meeting. Mayor Brian Gallagher.
Here.
Council members, Teresa Bonner.
Here.
Andrew Conti.
Here.
Glenn Zanee.
Here.
Randy Pitts.
Here.
Gina Stravic.
Here.
Roger Verm.
Here.
Please stand for the salute to the flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, motion for approval of the minutes of February 2nd.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members, Teresa Bonner.
Yes.
Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Zanee.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Abstain.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Verm.
Yes.
All right, motion for approval of the minutes of February 17.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members, Teresa Bonner.
Abstain.
Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Zanee.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Abstain.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Verm.
Yes.
Okay, departmental reports. Again, I will continue these through the dates noted. Effective April 1, 2026, garbage bags of solid waste are no longer allowed to be placed on curb for pickup without being placed in an appropriate garbage receptacle. We are about to award a new garbage contract, and it will be going to the, for lack of a better term, the arm that takes the garbage can and brings it up into the truck itself. And this is the manner in which most garbage contracts are going around the state. It's an attempt to save some money. It reduces the manpower needed to collect garbage every week. Second, election district number 3 is moved from Somerville High School on Davenport Street to West End Hose at 135 West High Street. And election district number 8 is moved from Lincoln Hose on Warren Street to the Somerville Civic Center at 24 Robeson Street, which is right here. Committee reports. Let's go with Andrew.
Historic Advisory Committee met back, on the 19th. We discussed the upcoming, at the time it was an upcoming tour of the police department, which was this past weekend. We saw the display they set up for the history of our local police department. So if you ever have the opportunity to see that, it's great. We also discussed potential redevelopment of historical properties and on the west end of Main Street. And the Dutch parsonage programming, which is coming up for all the 250th. There's a 5 Generals tour that took place recently that was great, and coming up soon are a whole bunch of other events for the 250th, including a few through the Somerset Hills Historical Society. So I encourage those to look into it if you're interested, including one on the 8th at the Brick Academy. We meet again later this month and look forward to more 250th activities. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Gina.
March 18th is the Board of Health meeting. If you have any health concerns, do attend, 6 p.m. at Warren Street County Building. The Somerville Rescue Squad responded to 132 calls this past month, February. They had 90 transports in that, so they did a lot of work. Also, I'll remind you again, I'll be serving pancakes on March 7th. I hope to see you all there for the Somerville Rescue Squad Auxiliaries pancake fundraiser. The proceeds will benefit the squad equipment fund, so it's only $15, so I hope to see you there.
Great. Thank you. Glenn.
Thank you, Mayor. The Environmental Commission will meet next Tuesday, March 10th at 7 p.m. right here. So I will have more to update at the next meeting.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Teresa.
That was quick. So the DSA will be meeting this next Monday at 6 p.m. at at their normal location. The office is at 50 Division Street, and those are open to the public. Interest remains strong for the candlelight concerts, and every concert so far has been sold out. They've added 5 more dates in April, May, and September. Each performance seats 450 people, and there's 2 performances per day. Assuming sales stay strong, by the end of the year, this will bring 10,000 new visitors to town. You can visit downtownsomerville.org to stay up to date with all the events happening in town. The DSA hosted representatives from Main Street America and Main Street, New Jersey in February. They spoke positively about our initiatives and noted that Somerville serves as an example to other downtowns across the state. The 250th anniversary, the DSA will be taking part in a 4-date History on Tap series that will take place at 3 participating downtown restaurants in collaboration with Wallace House and Old Dutch Parsonage. Let's see, they'll also be working with Somerset County on History on the Green program. There will be 15 commemorative banners installed downtown after St. Patrick's Day Parade, talking about the 250th. The refurbished benches from Main Street will be back out on Main Street by the 13th of this month in time for St. Patrick's Day Parade. And then, let's see, for the public library, in the next 2 weeks, there will be a program for all ages at the Somerville Public Library, from story time and children's art club to adult chess club and learning all there is to know about cheese making. So to register for any of these events, go to sclsnj.org. And then for the Public Safety Committee, they met on February 19th to discuss the need for repainting of faded crosswalks around town due to the snow this winter. Working with the Somerville Police and schools to educate Somerville residents about the new e-bike laws that were passed by the former governor before he left office, and the designation of a pedestrian safety zone in downtown Somerville. The committee was thankful to have Officer Chudy and Officer Miller attend the monthly meeting to add their expertise and input. That's all.
Okay, great, thank you. Randy?
Thank you, Mayor. I have an update from our Somerville PD. Speaking of the e-bike law, due to a significant increase in crashes involving electric bikes, e-bikes, new legislation was adopted to address safety and enforcement concerns. The bill was approved on December 4th, 2025, and took full effect January 19th, 2026. What changed? All e-bikes are now classified as motorized bicycles under New Jersey law. All motorized bicycle operators must hold a valid driver's license, be at least 15 years of age, and possess a DMV-issued license for motorized bike use, carry valid insurance coverage, register their motorized bicycle with the DMV, and comply with all applicable Title 39 laws. That's all I have.
Okay, great, thank you. Roger?
All right, Somerville Recreation is accepting registrations for the following spring programs. The youth programs for children that reside in or attend school in Somerville, league soccer for students in grades 1 through 8. The deadline is March 8th. Please register your child, even if a wait list exists, so that we can maximize participation. NJ Santos FC Rush Soccer Clinic and Games, ages 4 through 7, will be on Saturday mornings in April and May. Adult programs, new females interested in playing in the Carol Pager Women's Softball League on Thursday nights at Torpy Field can now register as a sub. Team managers will contact you as needed. You'll be eligible to play for more than one team. Play begins in early April, and it's open to non-residents. Males that are interested in being drafted as a free agent in either men's softball leagues should send an email to Kathy@somerville.org to potentially be placed on a roster. Additional softball information can be found at leaguelineup.com/Somerville Recreation. Some additional programs. Registration for these programs are delayed due to the renovation of the pickleball courts, but information will be provided as soon as the construction resumes due to the little bit of snow that we've had this year, which will be youth tennis, adult pickleball, and senior pickleball. Registrations are accepted in person, by mail, or electronically at register.communitypass.net/Somerville under our spring programs. And then, of course, please follow us on all social media for the latest and greatest information. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, thank you. Awesome. We have two proclamations on the agenda tonight. One proclamation is Read Across America, which this year is known as Champion Kindness. Kevin, if you can get that over to Vanderveer School, I think it's appropriate, and perhaps a copy over to Immaculate Conception School as well. All right. And then, as we do every year, it is Irish American Heritage Month, March 2026, and I'm gratified to see that we have 3 O'Neills and a McCormick in the audience tonight. Again, if we can get this over to the Hibernians, that would be great. Thank you. All right, we have 2 items. We have a walk-on for the CDBG, that's the Community Development Block Grant discussion. These must be opened up for the public to make any comment that they wish to. We have 2 applications that are going in. The first application is for Zoo Fall. That's here in Somerville on 5th Street for roof replacement, and the Borough of Somerville for the resurfacing of Hamilton Street, along with some ancillary improvements for drainage basins and curbs and the like. So public comment on the CDBG applications is now open. Hearing no public comment, I'll close. And Kevin, you will forward those that notification appropriately?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. All right, number 9, we have a presentation from Jason J.P. O'Neill. He's out of Troop 83, and he's looking to do a project, I'm assuming for your Eagle Scout? So, come on up.
I'd like to thank all the council members for their time tonight. I know it's very important to me, so thank you for coming out. My name is Jason J.P. O'Neill. I've had the privilege to live in Somerville for 16 years, and I would like to pass out my presentation to you all, if that's okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this project is for my Eagle Scout project, which I had a lot of time to think about, fortunately, for my age. So I decided that I wanted to do the World War II memorial by the across from the YMCA, where that park is, where you guys just added a new park, from my understanding. And as you see in the second slide, this is the current condition of the memorial as it is. There's some discoloration on the memorial. The plaque is oxidized, and the American flagpole is stripping of paint, and the flag seems to be a little faded. My plan is to beautify the park, put some elbow grease in, make it all sparkly again and clean. So my plan is to clean up the park, remove any debris or weeds. As you know, the snow melts, spring is coming, all types of plants are growing. I'm sure there will be some weeds growing through the crevices of the pavers. My second plan is to remove discoloration and oxidation to the plaque. I've been looking up chemical solutions, hopefully that will erase the green from it and turn it back into its original state. My plan to clean up the memorial stone is to pressure wash it, clean it up, add some soap, get all that gunk off of it, and remove peeling paint from the flagpole. And I would like to apply a galvanized coating spray to give it a nice matte gray finish. I would like to add some mulch around the flagpole, make it pop, give it some more color. along the memorial stone and the cobblestone path, I would like to add some mulch. I would like to construct and install wooden plank benches on both sides of the path leading up to the memorial. On the next slide, you can see those bench designs, which I chose out. Hopefully, I attend VOTEC for plumbing, the Somerset County VOTEC. I'm right next to the carpentry teacher. I'm sure I've left a good impression on him, so I hope he will be fortunate enough.
Excellent. That's the way to do it.
Fortunate enough to help me build them along with his students. I would like to plant perennial flowers that last all year along the path and around the flagpole, just to make it pop, make people look at it and say, wow. I talk to a lot of people. Some people don't even realize it's there because it's, doesn't really pop like it used to, unfortunately. Then I would love to add plant shrubbery on both sides of the memorial stone. And then I would like to replace the rope and pulley system on the flagpole along with the American flag. And finally, I'd love to install a solar flagpole light to make sure that the flag is shining all night.
Yeah.
And on the last slide, thanks to the help of AI and ChatGPT, I was thankful enough that they put together a good picture of what I hope for the park to look like in the future.
I love it.
Thank you. Any questions?
Well, I'll comment. Some years back, I led a group that renovated that same area. We put red and white azalea bushes next to the monument. We planted red, white, and blue flowers. We didn't clean the stone or anything like that, but we did plantings. DPW was not successful in maintaining it. In fact, they cut everything down. So we're going to have to be careful about coordinating that with them and come to common ground on how that's going to be taken care of. Also, sustainability-wise, and are you expecting then the volunteers of the Environmental Commission and paid staff of DPW to take care of this, or how is this going to be sustainable in terms of is your troop going to maintain it in years coming, or you hanging around and doing this after your plumbing jobs, or how is it going to be sustainable?
So usually, just like with my brother's project, the troop will once in a while do a cleanup around it, make sure it's sustained, everything's still good. Hopefully, I plan to live in Somerville for a while, stick around, and I will do everything I can to make sure it's up to date.
Thanks, JP.
No problem.
Awesome. Other comments?
Oh, I just have a comment. I mean, it's an amazing project you've put together. It's a lot of work. So are you going to have people helping you do it? Do you have a little team put together?
Yes, I plan to use the scouts in my troop. I plan to have my friends from school along with sports activities I'm a part of to help come out, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I will have enough.
Will you do a little fundraising somehow to
Yes.
get the money for the plants and the wood and things like that?
Yes, I plan to put up a GoFundMe.
Oh,
and
okay.
Spread it across everywhere,
All right. Thank you.
of course.
Any other comments? So, JP, I think it's a fantastic project.
Thank you.
You're right, it's one of those monuments that's there, it just needs to be framed so that people can see it, because right now it just kind of blends into the background. It doesn't, it just kind of fades away. So I think what you've done is phenomenal. I love the fact that, well, two things. One, that the Scouts, whether it's the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts, the Scouts are very attuned to what is important in this community. And I think you've hit on something warranted. As our veterans got older, we used to stop there on our march on Memorial Day. But as our veterans got older, we actually didn't go there because it was too far for them to march anymore. So you're bringing a lot of credence to this monument, and I think that's a really nice thing to do.
Thank you.
And I think it's wonderful that you and your brother have taken, your brother's taken an older monument and rehabbed it, and you're about to do the same thing. And I think that's fantastic. And your brother used the word spicy, and you used the word sparkly, so you succeeded. That's.
Yeah.
And the only thing I would say is just, work with our DPW. They will help out. There's a couple of gentlemen down there that'll be able to give you some help, guidance, advice, and materials as well.
Thank you.
So, good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for your time. Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
So my plan is to start this project by middle of May and be done by, April, middle of April, be done by May. So hopefully by the time the parade rolls around, maybe you guys could pass in front of it, hopefully.
That would be wonderful.
Thank
I
you.
would love that. Awesome. Good stuff. Thank you.
Oh, I also have a signature from someone to sign on my Eagle workbook.
Bring it up here.
Thank you.
We'll take care of that for you right now.
Do we need to approve it?
Yeah. Thank you. Congrats. Good job.
Let us know, too, when you're going to have your workday so we can come out and support you.
Of course.
All right. At this point, I will ask for a motion to open the meeting to the public.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members, Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny, Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right. Meeting is open to the public. Please state your name and address for the records, and please address your comments to me. If you have comments regarding the ordinances that are up, please hold your comments until that time for the public comment period for the ordinances.
How you doing, Mayor and committee? My name is Elizabeth Sanchez, and I live at 703 Bermuda Drive, Branchburg, New Jersey. And the reason why I'm here is just to find out more about the affordable housing that's going to be built in Somerville. The time is going to, how long it's going to take, when you're going to start, how many units it's going to be. Would the people that lived in Somerville all their lives, will they have a chance to be the first to get an affordable housing in Somerville? Because they scattered us all over. Okay, so is there anyone that could tell me when they're going to start?
Yeah, it's a public comment period, so you can make those comments, and then at the tail end, once I close public, I will address some of those issues.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Any other public comment? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved?
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members, Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti, Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
So thank you, ma'am, for coming, and I know you've been at previous meetings as well. What I will tell you is we're about to have a presentation prior to the adoption of two ordinances regarding our fair share housing, and I think a lot of those questions may be answered during that presentation. So if you just sit tight, that presentation will go on in a few minutes. Thank you. All right. We do have one walk-on ordinance introduction. This will be an introduction by title. It's ordinance number 2788, and it's amending chapter 102-118 entitled Off-Street Parking and Loading Requirements, section F entitled Driveways. I will ask for, I'll allow a public comment period at this point, as I normally do. Hearing none, I'll close the public comment, and I will ask for a motion for introduction.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members, Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, ordinances for public hearing and adoption. Ordinance number 2780 is amending the redevelopment plan for the East Central Business District redevelopment area pursuant to NJSA 40A 12A-1. This is an amendment to the existing redevelopment plan that qualifies some of the items that the planning board and this council have discussed regarding building height. It reduces the building height by a floor. It amends some of the street tree requirements. It delineates a little bit more clearly how large or how wide the sidewalk is. So these are items that we've covered in the past under this amendment. So I will ask for a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved?
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes?
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, public hearing is now open. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay. Motion for adoption, please.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, 2785 is an ordinance to exceed the 2026 municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank. Kevin, can you give us a brief overview?
Sure. This allows us to utilize the bank of what we previously didn't use. It allows us to, for lack of a better word, increase the amount of funds that we're able to use this year from the prior year's bank.
Okay, I'll ask for a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved?
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, public hearing is now open. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved?
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, motion for adoption, please.
So moved?
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, 2786 and 2787, they are related. So what I'm going to do, let me back up a second. We have been working on a fair share housing plan for over a year now. And it's a long time coming. And this is a plan that the planning board helped to develop, that the council helped to develop. And it really is, I think, a plan that was built completely for Somerville. And it's, I think Andrew said it at the last meeting, it's groundbreaking for Somerville. What I've asked is our professionals to come up and kind of give an overview of what these two ordinances are and what they're intended to do. So we have Chris Zangara, our redevelopment counsel, and our affordable housing counsel as well, Colin Driver, economic development, and Mike Cole, our planner. These three gentlemen have been tirelessly working on this plan and its ancillary elements for a long, long time. And I want to first commend them for the work that they've done, and then ask you to come on up and fill us in on what these two ordinances mean, do, and say. And just make sure your microphones are both on. The other one as well, just so we have, yeah.
Hello, Council. Good to be back. Christopher Zingaro of Reno and Coughlin-Mancello, your Affordable Housing Council, as we also represent you in the redevelopment context. So we've been before you several times now. It's hard to believe it's been over a year. We began this process in January 2025. Just to remind ourselves, an amended bill was, an amendment to the Fair Housing Act was adopted, was signed into law, which set out a process for the fourth round of affordable housing obligations. This is for the period beginning 2025, running until 2035. In January 2025, the Borough adopted a resolution that said that it would be participating in what's known as the Affordable Housing Dispute Resolution Program, a mediation forum to try to review plans. Well, first to determine what your fair share obligation is for the fourth round, review your plan for the compliance stage, where you're beginning to now put this plan into place. In June 2025, you put into place, or you adopted, the planning board adopted and this council ratified a housing element and fair share plan for the fourth round. And to answer, or to get at least to one question that was just brought up by a member of the public, what is the timeline for developing affordable housing in Somerville? And what's very interesting, or very neat about the plan, is that there are some municipalities in New Jersey that had to adopt what are called mandatory set-asides throughout the entire municipality. Borough was not one of those municipalities. Nonetheless, one instrumental part of the plan is a 20% set-aside, which means that any developer coming into town that wants to develop a property over 5 units, well, they have to meet an affordable housing set-aside, which means they have to provide opportunity for an affordable unit. So that is a mechanism by which over the next coming 10 years, it could be as early as next week, 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, an application that comes in, it needs to be identified how are you going to provide affordable housing for the community. That's one major element of the plan. Pursuant to the amended law, we began a process of working through the program to review our plan. There were 2 challengers to that plan, Fair Share Housing Center, which frankly challenged most municipalities across the state in order to keep an eye on the plans. And there was a an owner of property that also challenged the plan. Throughout the course of the winter, your professionals worked on a way of settling that program dispute so that you could have a plan that's presented back to the planning board, brought before this council, and adopted before March 15th. That's a statutory deadline in which all 3 of us and planners and attorneys can finally rest from this year-and-a-half process. What's also required of a borough is not only to adopt your amended housing element and fair share plan, but to enact all the implementing ordinances necessary to make the opportunity, to make the mechanisms in that plan a possibility. So that's what we're here for tonight. In December 2025, you approved a settlement agreement with Fair Share Housing Center that modified, slightly tweaked your affordable housing plan, maintained the set-aside, and adjusted 2 of its new projects that would provide affordable housing in the next 10-year round. That structure that you approved as a council was then placed into an amendment to your housing element and fair share plan, so you have to officially modify your plan, and that was approved by your planning board at the end of last month. So one of the items before you today is a resolution that ratifies that amended housing element and fair share plan. That's item number 1, that's a resolution. Item number 2 is an affordable housing ordinance. So in December 2025, the DCA and the HMFA modified state regulations controlling affordable housing. A lot of elements. It's a very comprehensive set of regulations, things such as the obligation of developers to match finishes, exterior finishes, the obligation to phase units so that as affordable units, as market rate units are built, developers have to build affordable housing in a phased approach so that affordable units are built while the market rates units are built. There's a lot in the regulations. Municipalities throughout the state needed to adopt local regulations that mirror those state regulations. And so that's what your affordable housing ordinance that's before you for second reading does. That's the second item tonight. The third item is a ordinance that was introduced in February. It's a zoning ordinance for the Bell Avenue mechanism in your plan. This is a project that's going to generate affordable housing that we have worked with the developer to craft a zoning ordinance that makes possible that project. That is now before you for second reading. On that, I will note that there is an outstanding item that's being discussed with the developer concerning the number of 3-bedroom market rate units that need to be provided. For that reason, we have held back the fourth item, which is a resolution approving the settlement agreement. I anticipate there might be some comments tonight. What's important tonight is we're putting into place the zoning to make possible the project and to make sure that we have a plan ready to go by March 15th for submission to the courts. What comes next? Well, the courts will review our plan, ensure that we're in compliance, and issue a compliance certification that gives you protection for the next 10 years of affordable housing, next 10-year compliance cycle. Ultimately, what's really exciting, as I said, is you have a mandatory set-aside now that's in place that will capture affordables going forward.
Awesome. Thank you. I think that was very concise. Mr. Cole, if you would, just kind of an overview of what the overlay means in terms of, you know, the resident had asked the question, you know, when does construction begin? Can you talk a little bit about that? You know, the different elements in the plan that talk about rental versus purchase versus rehabilitation. Can you just kind of
Thanks,
give that
Mayor.
overview?
Yeah, what the ordinance does is a development fee ordinance, which was previously adopted, but this tweaks it to what Christopher was talking about, the model ordinance that came from DCA. And then you have the overlay, otherwise known as the inclusionary ordinance, which speaks to the borough did not choose to create a affordable housing zone and have all affordable housing. It chose to spread it out throughout the municipality in an inclusionary form, is what the Fair Share Plan shows, which means that whatever development is coming to the borough, whatever zone that is, it has to comply with affordable housing, which doesn't cherry pick. It spreads it out, and well, crystal ball, at least mine, is typically broken a lot. So you think you know what a development is, but you don't know. Ultimately, it's going to be what it's going to be. So this ordinance captures all that, and it's 20% for a market rate for sale and 15% for rentals. And there's some exemptions in there on development fee for 1 and 2 families for additions and rehab and doing small scale. The development fee ordinance, which is a percentage for developments which does not have less than 5 units of residential units, that's captured in a percentage of the equalized assessed value, which is just a way of saying
It's a formula.
there's a kitty.
Yeah.
The money goes into kitty for the borough to do rehab projects and affordable housing.
So it's a very comprehensive plan.
It covers the whole borough. No one is excluded. Every parcel in the borough is obligated by these mechanisms. So whatever development comes to the borough, it will be captured with these ordinances.
Okay, I think that was a good comprehensive assessment of it, and I appreciate that. So we'll take these one by one. I'll just ask you to stay there. Ordinance number 2786 is amending Chapter 102-95, Article 11, entitled Zoning, creating subsection H entitled Affordable Housing. I'll ask for a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved?
Second?
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, public hearing on 2786 is now open. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved?
Second?
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, motion to adopt 2786.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, 2787 is amending Chapter 102 entitled Land Use and Development, Article 11, Zoning, to create the Affordable Housing Overlay -1 AHO-1 zone on Block 127, Lot 4 in the Borough of Somerville and provide appropriate development regulations therefore. Do we have a motion for the public hearing, please?
So moved?
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Public hearing on 2787 is now open. Please state your name and address for the record, and please address your comments to only me.
Good evening, Mayor. Alexander Fisher from the law firm Savo, Shaw, Corsini, Warner, Gillespie, Ogrodnik, and Fisher. I'm here on behalf of the owner of the properties in the AHO1 zone, Bell Avenue Holdings LLC. We're here to object to one very small and specific portion of the ordinance, and that is 07, relating to the number of three-bedroom market townhomes, which is a limitation of 5. We understand that you may feel compelled to adopt the ordinance as is for purposes of ensuring your immunity going forward, but we would like to bring some information to the council's attention. And so I brought with me planner Spatch Trahan, who has been involved with this project for at least a year, if not more, and has been Bell Avenue Holdings planner. And I'm assuming that because this is a public hearing, you're not taking testimony per se, you're not swearing anyone in, right? Is it
No, and you are limited to 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Well, given that, I will.
Now you're at 4. Yeah.
Can I first hand out exhibits before we begin?
Actually, attorney, yeah? Sure.
Okay. If you each could take one from the stack, there are 2 pages. So taking one from each stack, thank you.
Go ahead. You don't want to.
Sure, thank you. So my name is Spatch Tran. I'm an associate principal at Phillips Price, Griego, Laney, Keller, LLC. I have my master's in city and regional planning from Rutgers University, and I am a licensed professional planner in New Jersey since 2019. My license is in good standing. I am the planner representing Bell Avenue Holdings, LLC, and tonight I am objecting on their behalf to the adoption of the AHO1 zoning district ordinance on their property. My objection is based on one small but important provision of the ordinance, which states, no more than 5 of the market rate dwelling units shall be 3 bedrooms. This is section 102-12207. So in inclusionary development projects, the market rate units subsidize the affordable units, and here the ordinance requires 6 affordable units and permits 28 market rate units. To restrict the market rate units such that only 5 of them can be 3-bedroom units is to restrict the financial feasibility of the project. This is because the developer's intention was always to provide 15 3-bedroom units market rate, and it was an oversight in the development of the ordinance that was not remedied before it came to you for introduction. And so the current and past versions of the Fair Housing Act of New Jersey do restrict what's called cost-generative requirements in municipal ordinances and regulations relating to affordable housing. The Uniform Housing Affordability Controls at NJAC 5:80-26.1 defines fair share plan, and I'm going to paraphrase as part of the definition because it's fairly lengthy. It states that the fair share plan should address the development regulations necessary to implement the housing elements, including but not limited to the elimination of unnecessary housing cost-generating features from the municipal land use ordinances and regulations. Based on my understanding of my client's situation, restricting the number of 3-bedroom market rate units to just 5 would be a cost-generative requirement, and it would adversely impact the ability of the developer to subsidize the affordable units. Prior affordable housing rules did create a precedent in how to interpret what cost-generative means. In the prior round NJSA 593 and 97 rules, it stated, and again I'm paraphrasing slightly, it stated the Fair Housing Act incorporates the need to eliminate unnecessary unnecessary cost-generating features from municipal land use ordinances. Municipalities shall eliminate development standards that are not essential to protect the public welfare. And it states that the council, which is the Council on Affordable Housing, which is now defunct, but the council shall not permit restrictions on the bedroom mix of the market rate units within an inclusionary development. So here, the 5-unit restriction on 3-bedroom market rate units will not serve to protect the public welfare. The developer does believe that 15 market rate 3-bedroom units would not be cost generative to them, but they are objecting to 5. Another point I want to make is that there would be no substantial detriment to the borough to adjust that provision from 5 to 15 three-bedroom market rate units.
You have less than a minute, just so
Okay.
you know.
I should note that the floor area and bulk of the development would not change, and as you can see in the exhibits that I provided, using industry standards, that the difference between providing 5 and 15 three-bedroom units would be 2 public school children generated from the development. And in terms of the overall resident population, the difference would be 6.6 residents overall. So I do not see that in any stretch of the imagination that there would be a substantial detriment or impact on municipal services or the public school system. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Any other public comment? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
I'll ask for a motion for adoption, please.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, consent resolutions. There are 3, so 087, I'd just like to pull off for a quick comment. 095 is being eliminated. We will not act on that. And 107 is being eliminated. We will not act on that. Are there any others to be pulled off? All right. 84 is approving event permit for Somerville Rescue Squad to use Carol Pager Field for a community event on March 28th from 9A to 12P. 85, approving Girls on the Run Race 5K for May 31, starting 9:30 a.m. 86 is approving the Somerville Street Fair on October 4th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. 88 is approving Stephen Rodzanak as a part-time employee as a plumbing, fire, and building inspector. 89, approving Timothy Canary as a part-time employee as an electrical inspector. 90 is approving Lou Garr as a part-time employee as an assistant construction official, plumbing, and building inspector. 91, approving Adam Shapani as a part-time employee as an electrical inspector. 92 is canceling uncollectible taxes and issuing a refund to homeowners at address known as 115 Fairview Ave. 93 is canceling uncollectible taxes to homeowners at address known as 110 North Midaw. 94 is canceling uncollectible taxes and issue a refund to the property owners of 153 Mountain Ave. 96 is establishing a 60-day waiting period for employee health benefits. 97 is authorizing payment of accrued personal and vacation time for Rodney Hadley. 98 is authorizing the expansion of the J. Scott Community Garden located on Veterans Memorial Drive. 99, approving tax overpayment refund for 19 Putnam Street. 100, approving street closure on Grove Street for Somerset Superior Court from 9A to 4P on Wednesday, May 20. 101 is amending Resolution 26-0101-041, authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for Redevelopment Council and Affordable Housing Council to Raynone Coughlin Mincello, attorneys, in the amount not to exceed $50,000. 102 is adopting the revised plan endorsing the housing element and fair share plan dated May 19, 2025, approving a draft ordinance implementing the borough's inclusionary zoning mechanism in connection with said plan, and authorizing the submission of said plan and materials to the Affordable Housing Dispute Resolution Program. 103 is authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for T&M Associates for professional services for survey and engineering design for Carol Pager Park ball fields improvements. 104 is approving Jersey late grates to utilize parking spaces in front of the historic courthouse on July 17 from 5 to 9 p.m. for cruise night. 105 is approving the hiring of Janet Gatone as a seasonal hourly pool manager. 106 is authorizing the First Aid and Rescue Squad of Somerville to install signage on the building located at 137 West High Street and waiving all associated municipal fees. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, number 87 is accepting the retirement resignation of Rodney Dorsey effective April 1, 2026, end of business March 31, 2026. I just wanted to make note of Rodney's service to the borough. Rodney worked for about 40 years. I don't have the exact time frame, but it's been a long time. 40 years is a long time working for the borough. And I want to thank him, and I want to congratulate him for his many, many years of dedication to Somerville. So, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
All right, bills and vouchers. Roger.
This is quite a juxtaposition from last month. We approved over $9 million in bills and vouchers. And this month, for this meeting rather, it is not my recommendation. My motion is to approve bills and vouchers in the amount of $679,042.95.
Second?
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Vroom, I will ask you for a motion for adjournment, please.
I motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? This meeting is adjourned.